All right, friends, how'd we do on the 7 through 12? Any of those you want to see, go over on page 211? Make sure all phones are away, please. Page 211, anything you wanted to go over? A-okay? Wait. Number 8? You got it. Okay, so we all agree if we add these together right now, the x or the y don't go away. Agree? So I'm going to multiply, let's see, I'm going to try and get rid of the y. So I'm going to multiply the whole top by 3. So that gives me 12x minus 9y equals 36. And then I'm going to rewrite the second equation as is. Wow. Hang on, if I add these together, those cancel, those cancel, those cancel. I get 0 equals 0. Is 0 equal to 0? So that's true. So that means we have infinite solutions. Okay? If that came out to like 10 equals 0 or something like that, then it would be no solution, but because it's a true statement, it's infinite. What else can I, yeah, 10? Ooh, a graphing one, okay. Let's see, where's my graph? Let's go. Copy file. Paste. And let's adjust that. Shrink it down a smidge. Okay. So number 10 says we have y equals 1 over 3x plus 2, and then y equals 2/3 x plus 5. So these will definitely cross because the slopes are different on both. So I'll graph this one as red. So I got a y-intercept of 0, 2, and a slope of 1 over 3. So up 1, right 3. Best we can, draw ourselves a straight line. Yeah, put the arrows at the end because it looks fancier that way. And then I'll do this one in purple. So I have a y-intercept of 0, 5, which is up there. And I have a slope of 2 over 3. So up 2, right 3. Okay, so I think we would have done that right. It looks like -9, 0 would be our solution, and we could verify that by plugging it in. Let's see. Yeah, it's off a little bit because our graphing was off a smidge. Maybe is it -9? I don't know. This line's goofy. Yeah, I'd say we're close to the solution there. That's close. We won't be exact on this one because it just maybe it's intersecting at -9, -1, or -9, -2. I'm not quite sure. I think the 9 should be right. -9, 6. I think it should be -9, -1. I think that should be the solution. Okay, and the reason I say that is if I take -9 and plug it in, on this one I get -1 equals 1/3 times -9 plus 2. -1 equals -3 plus 2, so -1 equals -1. That works. Now I plug that in here, I get -1 equals 2/3 times -9 plus 5. It becomes -4 plus 5. We're off. we're off a little bit. My graphing isn't perfect on a Monday. I apologize. So -9 comma 0, -9 comma 1, or -1 probably is somewhere in there is the right answer. The one on the quiz tomorrow will indeed, it'll happen close enough to the XY axis that you don't have two lines that are barely different slopes, but it'll be obvious. Anything else you want to take a look at? Yeah. 12? Yeah, buddy. All right, so we know that y is equal to this, so I'm going to plug that in there. Don't forget to distribute the negative sign. So I'm going to plug this here, distribute the negative. So that's going to give me -x equals, subtract 9. Oh, okay, so x equals 0 on this one. Cool, that's the first part of my answer. So I'm going to take this 0, and I'm going to plug it in here or here. I think the top's more set up nicely because we're looking for a y value. So it looks like y equals -9. Okay. Anything else for today? All right, friends. Let's get our review packet out. But I forgot what I asked you to try. I'm sorry? 9 through 18? Thank you. Let's just run through those real quick. 9 through 18, we'll take a look. I'm going to come sit amongst greatness. Let's see. If I sit here, am I in your way at all? Okay. All right. So again, remember, friends, this packet that we're going through, if you turn this in the day of our final, that means that your grade on your whatever you score on the final exam will improve by whatever the scale factor is that we feel that it should be. Okay? So please don't lose this. If you come to school that day and you're like, oh, I forgot it, you'll have until basically Friday, before noon to come and bring it to me so I can then change the grade. All right, problem number 9. We have this. And some of these, I bet you're kind of like, dude, I totally got these. Well, we'll just do them all just to make sure everyone feels comfortable. I'm going to distribute a 5 over the parentheses. So I get that. I want to combine my like terms on this side. All right. Subtract 6p from both sides. Those cancel, so that gives me p minus 20 equals -23. Add 20 to both sides. So it looks like p equals -3. There's only one letter to solve for. That's why we don't have it as an ordered pair. So that's answer what? D? Cool. Anything about that you would need if you took a look at this later, you could verify it? All right, number 10. Let's see. I have 3, and then 4x plus 2 plus 4 equals -20 plus 6x. So I'm going to distribute here. Nothing to distribute on the other side, so I'll just rewrite it. These appear to be like terms, so let's combine those together. And solve that. So subtract 6x. Those cancel. Subtract 10. Those cancel. So I'm going to get 6x equals -30. Divide by 6. X equals -5, which looks like it's answer A. Good enough? Number 11 is one that we want to clear the fractions on. So I know that's kind of a newer skill to get rid of the fractions, but it's not impossible to do if you just put a little logic into it. 3x equals 16 over 9. Okay, So being that the smallest number that both 3 and 9 go into evenly would be 9. Agreed? So I'm going to multiply everything by 9 or 9 over 1, depending upon if we have a fraction or not. So this is going to give me 18x minus sign. This 3 goes in there 3 times, and then 3 times 4 is 12x. Those cancel completely, equals 16. Oh, it became much nicer. Now we don't have to deal with the fraction. So that's going to give me 6x equals 16. Divide each side by 6. Reduce the fraction. I think 2 goes into both. I think it should be 8 over 3, which looks like answer B. I pinched something in my neck, and it's radiating down my arm. So I'm just trying to, hopefully it'll work its way out. That, or one of you can walk on my back, bring in the cleats. Like, he wants us to walk on his back. No, I'm just being sarcastic. All right, this one, let's multiply both sides by 2. So those cancel, so I get n minus 1 equals 8. Add 1. N equals 9. So, wait a minute, did I do that one right? Oh, this should be an 11, isn't it? Oh boy. Stir up. That should have been 11 minus 11, or plus 11. So that should have been 19. So that should have been D. Gotta write the right numbers down in order for it to work out. Oh. I have my phone in here. I'm gonna hit silent on my computer so my computer doesn't pick up my phone. Number 13 is a literal equation, so we want to solve for one of the letters. So get one of the letters by itself. And we want to get B all alone, okay? So I'm going to subtract 2h from both sides. So those cancel, so P minus 2h is this one, equals 2B. And then I'm going to divide both sides by the 2. So I get B is equal to P minus 2 times H all over 2, which looks like the letter B. And please stop me if you have a question on any of these. Happy to go over any of them more extensively if needed. Okay, number 14. 2x plus 4y equals 12. I want to get y by itself. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. 4y equals negative 2x plus 12. You agree so far? Divide by 4. Let's see. I can change that to this. Reduce. So I get negative half x plus 3. Negative half x plus 3. Looks like answer A. Did I give you one of the review packets?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wouldn't it be B because it's negative?
Oh, wait. 14. Yes. Oh, I knew I was amongst greatness. Cool. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I got the wrong answer. All right, number 15, we have a fraction equals a fraction. So I would cross multiply these first. So you're going to get 6a equals 9 times 12. 6a is equal to 9 times 12. Let's see, that's what, 18, carry the 1, 98. Divide by 6. Those cancel. Let's see, 6 goes into 9 once. 38. That's not going to work out too well. Let's see if I can reduce this. 2 goes into that 3 times. 2 goes into that 49 times. 3 does not go into 49, so 49 over 3 is our answer. Number 15, 49 over 3. Ooh, but they have a decimal. So what is 49 divided by 3? 9 times 2, 6 times A. First off, is 9 times 12, 98. Oh, it's 108. Oh, my goodness, 108. Let's see. What is 108 over 6 on my calculator? 108 over 6. 18 exactly? Oh, cool. That worked out nicely. Again, if Stirrup could multiply without his fingers and toes, he'd be a better teacher, but not out of control these days. All right, so I think up to that point, things should be pretty legit. But then we get into number 16, where we have an absolute value. Okay, so things we have to know about absolute value. When solving absolute value, you will have 2 answers. Okay, so that's something to know when solving absolute value. So I'm going to drop the sign, and I'm going to solve it as is, and then I'm going to change the sign of the opposite side. Okay, so notice how the 8 became, it was either positive or negative. I need to solve both for it to work. Subtract 3, so n equals 5. And subtract 3, n equals negative 11. And number 16, I'm looking for 5 and negative 11. There's 2 answers. Looks like A. Is that right? Okay. Okay, so the big thing to note on when you're solving for an absolute value, you drop the absolute value sign, you have it as it's printed originally, and then you change the side. That's the easiest to change that sign, okay? Number 17 is done the same way. 1 plus x equals 8. Okay, again, there's going to be 2 answers. So I have 1 plus x equals 8. So it's the same problem, just no absolute value. And then 1 plus x equals negative 8. Solve each. So 7 and negative 9 are my answers, which looks like answer B. Then problem number 18. You have 1 plus 3p equals that. So before I break it into 2 problems, you want to get the absolute value sign alone. Is that okay so far? Then I'm going to rewrite it. I have 3p equals 3 and 3p equals negative 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3. There's one answer. Divide by 3, p equals negative 1. There's those 2 answers, which looks like answer C. Okay, so we have a quiz tomorrow, right? Yes, I have there. Your quiz tomorrow is a front and back. Okay. There's going to be graphing a system. So you would have to be able to say, hey, where did these cross? What was this value? This was, say, 3, 1. That's your solution. That's what you'd put. What do you know about this, though? Parallel lines. Is it infinite? Do they cross? No. So if they are parallel, they have no solution. If it was like this, though, if it was like that, this is the same line, so this is the infinite. I had you all keyed up for infinite solution. Okay? Infinite solutions. So that's kind of the in and out. Do you feel comfortable with graphing simple? Okay? They will not cross each other at fractions or decimals. Okay? Though that does exist, but as far as the graphing goes, it should come out to a nice answer like 2 comma 5 or 5 comma negative 2 or something like that. So you just list where they cross. Okay? And I have parentheses. I have parenthesis, blank, comma, blank, parenthesis. You just put where they cross. Okay? So that's definitely stuff. Other things that you'll see would be you need to do substitution. So substitution, I'd probably give you a problem like this. And friends, I'm making this up off the top of my head, so it's going to come up as ugly. Okay, so those are our two. So what should I do in this situation to start solving it?
Like that into blue one.
Yeah, I'm going to take this blue one, and I'm going to replace it here. So I'm going to put 3x plus 2. And then I'm just going to put solve. And the reason I'm not going to work it out is because it's not going to come out to a nice answer. Okay? But that's basically the substitution item. Okay? And then we have the elimination. The elimination would be when we have two problems like this. So we have to think, do we want to get rid of x or y? I'd probably pick y, so I'd multiply this whole thing by 3. So the top equation doesn't change.
How do you know it's going to
It could be either of them. So on this one, if I chose to get rid of x, I'd have to multiply both the top and the bottom by two different numbers. But on the bottom one, I saw it as if I multiply everything by 3, the y's cancel. Does that make sense? But sometimes it might be given to you where it won't work out as nicely, so we'd have to go with that. Let's see, that's going to give me 21. And then add these together. So I get 17x equals 29. This is an ugly answer. I will make it easier than that. Okay? Bless you. So what I want to do, I think this will help. Let's, in our packet, I want to get to go and find problem number 54. 54 is what I'm looking for. And this will help us review for both the final and the quiz we have for tomorrow, okay? All right, so I'm at number 54. That way we don't, if we need to go back over these, that's fine. All right, so this one, I'm going to graph both of these. I would say let's use the cover method on this one. So cover method 0 comma blank, blank comma 0. Okay, so this is an x value. So if I cover up x, that means I get this. So y equals negative 11 over 2, which is like negative 5.5. I will assure you that we won't give you one that's going to be a decimal, but that's going to say this. 0, negative 5.5, so that's like down here. That's a little ugly, but, it is where it is. And then this one, we'll also do in blue. This is a y value, so I'll cover with y, so I get 11 here. And then let's draw ourselves our line of best fit, excuse me. That seems pretty good. Put an arrow on both sides because we know it goes forever. And then let's graph this one in black. So I have a y-intercept of 0, 12. So that's up there. And then I have a slope of negative 3 over 1. So from this, I'm going to go down 3, right 1. Now, friends, if you don't feel comfortable with graphing something like this, and I know that your graph only goes up to 10, so you're just doing the best you can, watch this. 1, 2, 3, right 1. 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 Notice I use the slope to take it all the way down. And then we have an arrow at both sides of that. This appears to be 5, negative 3. That's our solution. That's what we would put for the answer. Okay? Which looks like to be answer C. Agreed? 5, negative 3? Yeehaw. Okay, so if you can do something like that, that'll help you for tomorrow as well as on the final. Okay, can I move off that? And again, this is being recorded so you guys can, go on to Schoology and take a look at it to stay up to date. All right, number 55. Ooh, someone's got some dance tunes for their ringtone. All right, so let's do this one in green. So I have a y-intercept of 0, negative 1. And a slope of 2 over 1. So up 2, right 1. And I can keep going off that. I can keep going up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1 if I needed to. That looks good. Arrows both sides. Let's do the other one. Let's see, I have a y-intercept of 0, 4, which is there. Slope of negative 1 over 2. So down 1, right 2. Oh, nice. I can see right where its cross is. There's my line of best fit. So it looks like 2, 3 is our answer, which appears to be answer D as the multiple choice. Everyone okay? Number 56. Now 56 is asking a little different than what we've seen before. So we have this. And then we have this. Okay, so these aren't really set up to graph right away. So what I would say is let's get them both equal to 9, or to y. So those cancel and those cancel. So that gives me a y-intercept of 0, 9. And then it gives us a slope of negative, or gives us a slope of 1 over 1. So up 1, right 1. That's basically what that one looks like. Give us some straight lines. We'll do this other one in black. Let's see. I want to get it equal to, it kind of looks like it's set up to do cover method, but it probably wouldn't work. So I get this equals this. Divide by 2. So y equals negative 5 over 2 x minus 5. The y-intercept here. Oh, wait, negative 5, excuse me. Down here. Then I'm going to go down 5, right 2. All right. Now, it's asking for y. So notice we have an ordered pair. This ordered pair appears to be -4, 4. So what is the y value in that point? So this is x, this is y, right? What's the y value? 4. So they wanted us to say that was 4, which is C. Goes there. On the back page, another graphing one. So we have y equals 1/2 x plus 5, and y equals -2x. So I'll do this one in red. We've got a y-intercept of 0, 5. Slope of 1/2. So up 1, right 2. That looks like a pretty good line of best fit. Then I have to realize that's plus 0, so I have a 0, 0 y-intercept. Down 2, right 1, because my slope is -2/1. So it appears from our graph we get about -2, 4. About there? I have an answer like that? -2, 4. Looks like the answer is C. Yeah. Like down here, like I have. Yeah, it'll have that. I apologize. We didn't give you guys the graphic of it. All right, 58 then changes it into substitution. Okay, so we have y equals 2x plus 4. Y equals 3x plus 5. Substitution says, hey, I'm going to take this, I'm going to plug it in and replace the y. Of course, you could have plugged the 3x plus 5 into the other y and it still would have worked. Subtract 2x. So those cancel. Subtract 5. So x equals -1. So the first part of my answer is this. And I need to find the y value. I'm going to take this -1. I'm going to plug it in to either one of those. Doesn't matter. I'll pick the bottom one, though. So y equals -3 plus 5. So y equals 2. There you go. Hey, friends. If I gave you the solution, how do you verify the solution is the answer? If I said, hey, you have -1, 2, that's the solution. Here's the two things. How do you verify that it works? Yeah, just plug the x and y in. And if you get true and true on both of them, it's the solution. If one's true and one's false, or if they're both false, it's not the solution. Number 59, it says another substitution. All right, substitution, I'm going to take that, I'm going to plug it in there. Where those parentheses live is where y used to live. Now it's going to be 2x plus 1. Don't forget to distribute the -2 over the parentheses. So I'm going to get 4x minus 4x minus 2 equals -1. What happens to those? What happens to those? They cancel out. So we somehow magically found out that -2 is equal to -1. No, that's a no solution, which looks like answer C. What would the answer have been if it was negative 2 equals negative 2? Infinite solution. Okay. Number 60. I have x plus y equals negative 3. 5x plus y equals 1. If I wanted to do this by elimination, I would probably choose to get rid of the y's. But right now, if I add these together, I would get 2y. So what should I do to one of the equations? Very good. Multiply one of the equations by negative 1. You pick whichever one. Distribute that to all. So I'm going to get negative x minus y equals 3. Other equation stays as is. Add these together. So I'm going to get 4x is equal to 4. Divide by 4. Hey, x is equal to 1. I need to find the y value now. So what should I do with this 1? Yeah, plug it into one of the x's. Either that one or that one. Doesn't matter which one you do. Maybe I'll take the top one. I'm going to get 1 plus y equals negative 3. Subtract 1 from both sides. Sorry about that. Those cancel. Y equals negative 4. So I get an answer of 1 comma negative 4, which looks like, oh, they were toughy on that one. You had a bunch of negatives in there. Looks like B. Number 61. I get x plus 2y equals 6. 3x minus 2y equals 2. I can add these together as they sit because the y's are opposite right now. So divide by 4, x equals 2. I'm going to take this 2, I'm going to plug it into either the top one or the bottom one. Doesn't matter, I'll pick the top one though. Sometimes the anxiety kicks up because you got the exact same x and y value. That's okay. 2 comma 2 looks like answer D. And then last problem I'm going to do for the day, 62. 3x minus 2y equals negative 8. 3x minus 2y equals 6. If I add these together right now, what's going to happen? Yeah, but I have to make sure. I'm going to pick one of these and multiply everything by a negative 1. So the top, nothing happens to. The bottom, I get negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 6, or negative 6. If I add these together, those cancel, so I get somehow 0 is equal to negative 14. What do you know about this?
No solution.
No solution, yeah. So, my friends, there is a quiz tomorrow. These last problems that we just went over will help you on the quiz tomorrow. Let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Cool. Is anyone offended if I don't give you homework tonight other than to study? Am I getting any angry parent emails tonight? Like, dude, you can give my kids something to do. So take a look at the videos. If you need to, be ready for tomorrow, front and back quiz. Other than that, get out of here, friends. Have a great day. Take care of one another.